Hey friend, it's Gregor here, and in today's video I want to show you the ultimate shortcut for learning the note names on your guitar by actually not shying away from real music theory. I want to introduce you to a concept named natural notes. Knowing the natural notes will not only make the entire process of learning the note names on your guitar easy and effortless, but it will also lay a solid foundation for real understanding of your instrument. So, let's get right into the lesson. There is actually a problem in learning the note names on the guitar, and it's this. The guitar is a complicated and confusing instrument. Period. Let's imagine a piano for a second. If you are playing leftwards, the notes are getting lower. If you are playing rightwards, the notes are getting higher. On the guitar, it's basically the same. If you are playing leftwards on a single string, then the notes are getting lower. If you are playing rightwards on a string, then the notes are getting higher. But the complexity starts here. You have a second dimension. You got a vertical dimension, which are the strings. And this 10x's the complexity of understanding your guitar. So we need to simplify, and we need to simplify drastically. So for this tutorial, we are just taking a look at one single string and applying the concept of the natural notes here. But how does the concept of the natural notes will actually help you to learn the notes on your guitar way more easily? And it's actually this. You can view the natural notes as a framework that you can apply on each and every string, where each and every note is within a related system. On the other hand, if you would try to learn each and every note without a system of related notes, then it's like trying to learn a telephone number. It's actually really hard. And the good thing about the natural notes is this. There are only 7 natural notes, and you just need to learn the structure of these 7 notes, and then you can apply this pattern, and it is a pattern that repeats itself on each and every string. And this way you can derive each and every note on your fretboard by only knowing the 7 natural notes. So, without further ado, let's go and learn what the natural notes actually are. The natural notes are A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And like I said before, it's a pattern. That means after G you are starting over with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. And now you just need to know about the structure of the natural notes. And the structure of the natural notes consists actually of whole steps and half steps. A half step is the distance between 2 notes that have no notes in between them. In guitar terms, a half step is the distance between 2 frets that have no frets in between them. So, for example, if you want to play a half step, then you're just playing from one fret to the other. So as you can see, there are no notes in between one fret and the next fret. A whole step is the distance between 2 notes that have one note in between them. In guitar terms, a whole step is the distance between 2 frets that have one fret in between them. For example, if you want to play a whole step, then you are playing, let's say, the 1st fret, and then you are playing the 3rd fret. And you can see there is the 2nd fret in between them. So this is a whole step, and there is 1 fret in between. Or you can play from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret, and there was 1 fret in between. So this is a whole step. And now you just need to know this. In A, B, C, D, E, F, G, there are only 2 half steps, namely between B and C and E and F. The rest is just whole steps. For example, the distance from A to B is a whole step, the distance from B to C is a half step, the distance from C to D is a whole step, the distance from D to E is a whole step, and the distance from E to F is a half step, and the distance from F to G is a whole step, and the distance from G to A is a whole step, and then the pattern repeats itself. And that's basically the whole music theory part. You just need to know exactly this, nothing more. And this is how we can apply the natural notes on our guitar. So let's apply this concept on our E string here. We are playing the high E string, and it's obviously named E, so we know the next note is F, and from E to F is a half step, so we know we are just moving one fret forward. And that's the first fret. And now we know that's our F, and the next note is G, and from F to G is a whole step. So we know we need to move 2 frets. There should be 1 fret in between. From F to G is a whole step. So the next note is A, because this is our G here. And from G to A is a whole step again. So there should be a note in between again. And the next note is B. So from A to B is a whole step. And there should be a note in between again. So now we know that this is our B here, and the next note is B to C, and that's a half step. So we now know we just need to move 1 single fret. So next note from C to D is a whole step. From D to E is a whole step. From E to F is a half step. From F to G is a whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, and whole step. And you see the pattern repeats itself on the 12th fret. So this is our E, and this is our E again. Now let's apply the same principle on the B string. So we know this is B. The next note should be C, so we know it's a half step. Now we know a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, and whole step. So now let's apply this principle on the G string. Now we know this is our G, and the next note is a whole step, so we know we need to move 2 frets. So from the open G, 2 frets is this here. So we now know this is our A here. From A to B is a whole step. So from B to C is a half step. From C to D is a whole step. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. Alright, I hope that you see that the music theory is actually not that hard to understand. I hope that you see that the actual usage of the music theory on the guitar is the actually hard part. So, what's next? This is just a theory, so that's nothing that you can put directly into practice. I will show you some note location exercises in future videos where you can use exactly this theory. So this is just to give you a big picture overview on how you can learn the note names on your guitar and how you can derive each and every note. So I hope that you like this lesson. If so, hit the like button, and until then, stay tuned.